Okay, so as Ragnar said in the beginning of the presentation, we don't have any classes or any levels in the Secret World, so it's all about the skills. Now we have over 500 unique skills in the game, and it's really important to note that these are unique. So we don't have like rank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of a fireball. A fireball is a fireball, and it will scale with the equipment that you wear. This is really cool because then you never end up with obsolete powers. Sorry, skills. You can basically divide up the skills in two categories. You have the active skills and you have the passive skills. The active skills are the ones you see at the bottom here. They are the ones that the players actively press and make something happen in the game, like throwing a fireball or doing a sword attack or doing a sniper shot with a rifle, stuff like that. But equally important are the passive skills on top here. And these are the types of skills that are always affecting your character. And they do that in many different ways. They can do it through increasing your attributes, like making you stronger, but also really cool stuff like increasing all healing done by 10%, or all shotgun skills now inflict a bleed on the target. So, of course, players can't run around with 500 skill at the same time, so you make a selection. You pick 7 actives skills and 7 passive skills, and you form a build. So you want to pick some skills that have some sort of synergy. And this is really cool because in traditional MMOs, you start off at level 1 and you pick a class and you stick with that class for the lifespan of that character. So let's say that you picked a tank and you play as a tank, and after a year you really want to play as a healer. Then you have to re-roll a new character, start on level 1, play through the content that you played before, all your friends are at the end game, and but in our game you don't have to do that. So you can be a tank one day if the playstyle, if that's what you want to do that day, but then maybe you're faced with some content where fire magic is optimal. Then you swap out your tank build with some fire magic, and now you're doing that. And then maybe your friend needs a healer for a dungeon, and then you can swap out your fire magic spec and then equip the healing spec, and now you're a healer. So it's all about finding your playstyle and play however you want to play. So how do the players get these skills? Well, it's an MMORPG, so of course experience points are important, and players can get XP through many different ways. You could get it by killing monsters, completing missions, doing tasks for your secret society, PvP, and even crafting. And as the players are doing these things, the blue line at the bottom here is the XP bar, and once it fills up, you'll be given a skill point, and players can use these skill points in purchasing skills. And we've implemented all the skills in something we call the skill wheel, where we basically we can divide sort of the combat up in 3 subgroups of combat. We have ranged combat, melee combat, and magic combat. And under range, you'll find shotgun, pistols, and assault rifles. Under melee, you'll find sword, hammers, and hand-to-hand, which is fist weapons. And under magic, you'll find blood magic, chaos magic, and elementalism. And the way we've organized this, and just want to note that this is still work in progress, but we just wanted to show what we're thinking here. Well, what we see now is that we've selected a segment of the skill wheel, which we refer to as a cell. And inside a cell, you'll find 7 unique skills. And they're organized in a way that players have to buy them sequentially. So you have to buy the first one to be eligible to buy the next one. And you have to buy the second one to be eligible to buy the third one. So 7 skills, and the first ones in the cell are cheaper than the last ones. Sorry. Also in this UI mode, we've implemented the character screen, because when players are sort of speccing out and coming up with a build, it's really important to see how the different skills affect your character. So you can test equip the different skills and see directly how they affect your character, because this is really important when you want to come up with a cohesive build. But we know that some players might look at this and think, oh my god, over 500 skills, I have no idea what to pick. So we've implemented what we call templates. And templates are sort of like suggestive paths that the player can take to sort of guide them and handhold them a little bit. So right now we've clicked the monk, which is one of the dragon templates, and it points out directly in the skill wheel some skills that the player can pick to fulfill the monk template, which is basically a melee healer kind of hybrid. And if you guys are familiar with the Magic the Gathering, you can think of this as starter decks. It's a place to start to fulfill the melee healer kind of hybrid, or it's one of the ways to fulfill that type of role. And the player can sort of build from there. So this is the skill wheel, and a little bit about the skills. gonna hand it over to Joel and talk a little bit more about the mission.